Welcome back to the Rhonda Swan Show, the Wake Up New York City edition. However, we are not in Wall Street. We are here in the financial district in New York City on Fifth Avenue. And my guest today is the founder and designer of Tusk. This is the premium shapewear brand for men. They are changing the way men feel about their confidence, their swagger, and how they navigate through life. So I'm so excited to bring Luke Hanvey to the show. Welcome, Luke.
How you going?
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Awesome. Well, welcome to New York City, all the way from Australia. Yeah? How was your first week here so far?
Yeah, it's been hectic. It's been pretty full on, lots to take in, lots happening, big days, big nights, but it's been good.
Yeah, so you had your first fashion show for Tusk?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
And what was that called?
Curve. It was a Curve fashion event.
All right. So let's talk about Tusk. Like, where did not only the idea come from, but how did you become a designer of a men's fashion brand?
From New Zealand originally, ended up in Australia playing rugby, and I was a builder by trade. And because of my, footy background and a lot of injuries, the building game was too tough for me. So I was looking on a way to, get out of the building game, and I saw an opportunity for e-commerce. I bought myself a computer, didn't know what I was doing, tried to teach myself the basics. That was about 5 years ago.
Wait, hold on, I gotta stop you. You just said 5 years ago. So you were a footy player, never used a computer. Do you ever do any designing of clothing?
No.
And so 5 years ago, bought yourself a computer, you taught yourself e-com,
Yeah.
and now you have a top-rated fashion brand on Amazon and now a new premium brand?
Yeah.
All right, we have to unpack this. How did this actually happen for you? Like, when was that moment where you're like, why don't I do this?
I'm 45 now. Probably when I was about 35, I really started being like, I was lost, and I was like, I don't really know what to do, but I know I can't keep doing this. Like,
Yeah.
I was like at a point where my back was really bad. My partner at the time would have to help me get out of bed in the morning.
Wow.
And I was like, physically, I can't keep doing this. What am I going to do? And I was searching. And then, a course came up. And I thought, you know what, just back myself and went for it. I didn't really have an opportunity. I just sort of went all in, and then, you got hit with a million different roadblocks and, blah, blah, blah. But just kept pushing through, and just, got smacked in the face a few times, and then just
Well, so how did the idea then of fashion, right? Like, how did you discover this? Because I love, obviously in the show, we talk about brands, story behind the brand. Like, this is a really big step that you took. But how did you all of a sudden go from selling products? Like, what were the first products you saw online?
Well, because of my bad back, I was looking at back braces and stuff like that. And I really started diving into the niche, and I was looking at, abdominal binders and that sort of thing. And I sort of started seeing that there wasn't much out there for the plus size community. And they're a part of, life, like humans.
Of course, exactly.
We're all different. So I sort of started heading down that road, and really noticed that there was a lot of things that people they were struggling with, and they weren't getting, there was nothing for them, you know what I mean?
Well, especially men, right?
Yeah.
Like, women, we have a million, different styles and shapes and colors and all that. But for men, I'd never really heard of anyone talking about shapewear for men. Are there other brands that are doing this?
The thing is, with men, we've sort of been told to sort of suck it up and,
Yeah.
we'll be right.
Well, especially even where you're from too.
Yeah,
I mean, America is same, but
in New Zealand for sure.
Yeah.
Growing up's tough. You can't have feelings. You can't feel a certain way about yourself. It's just you truck on.
Yep.
And then here in America, statistically, 3 out of 4 men struggle with body image, and it's a real thing. We're in a society where social media is a thing, and a lot of people comparing themselves and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm quite passionate about people being the best version of themselves and feeling good about themselves, what I mean? So I just sort of decided, like, if I can try and help people feel good about themselves, it's going to make me feel good too, and it was just an
perfect
opportunity
cycle,
there.
yeah. Wow. All right. So you just had this big idea. I'm going to buy what it was. First, it was like there was these waistbands, but you told me that you at first thought it was shapewear, but it wasn't.
I didn't quite get it at first. Like, I'll be honest, like I didn't quite get what these bands were for. I thought they were for plus size people. They weren't quite. They were for like postpartum women and that sort of thing. And I was just learning on the fly. But I'm grateful for it, because that sort of sent me into this niche to really sort of start researching and discovering that they're being missed, you know, and especially men are being missed. There's nothing out there for them. And then I sort of started learning about things like gynecomastia and those medical terms where men are born with these things like, you know, extra deposits in their chest.
Yeah.
It's called man boobs, and they're struggling and costs a lot of money to get surgery, and there's nothing out there to help them, you know what I mean? And there's nothing decent in the market, and it was a big problem. And I was like, want to make the solution, you know, like, and so I started out. I looked at what was out there. I bought those products. I realized they weren't that good. I looked at all the bad reviews on them, and I thought, why don't I make something like, let's look at the bad reviews and look at the problems and then fix it. I like having a building background. All you're doing is problem solving, you know what I mean? That's all you do. Every day you're putting out fires, fixing stuff, you know what I mean? I just looked at it like that and wanted to develop something. Anything I do, I want to do well, and I wanted something that was quality. And I just started working my way into it and going, well, how do I make that better here? How do I make that better there? And just really create a good product. So
how was it received by like your audience? How did you share it first to see if that's what they wanted? And then, you know, how do the models and those that are wearing your product now, how are they even?
Well, so that was like my original product.
Yeah.
And then by doing that, I realized there's such a huge demand for it. I got so much feedback, you know, such a wide range of men that needed these products and were super grateful. And that was like helped me feel really good about it, you know what I mean? I was getting, you know, messages from mums who had the, you know, teenage sons who were getting bullied at school, really struggling, and then they bought one for their son, and, you know, they're 13, 14, their body's changing, you know, and they get one of my products on and they feel good, they stand tall, they're able to like walk in the room and feel good about themselves and so much more confident going to school. And like getting messages like that gives me a little goosebumps now, because it's cool, you know, like it's cool that, you know, obviously I'm creating a business and that sort of thing, but to making people feel good about themselves, like you can't beat that. So by doing that anyway, I saw there was a huge opportunity outside of Amazon, but like I said, I didn't know what I was doing when I started, and I created a brand on there, but I was like, I want something to be premium to sort of get into retail stores and not only be functional, but sort of take the to-do out of shapewear. And so I wanted to lean into it and almost give it like a fashion element. So it's like functional and fashionable. So it's like, you know, with women, there's so many options, and it's part of their everyday wear. Like active shapewear is sort of incorporated in active wear, and you know, women would talk about, oh, I got that brand, well, whatever works for them. Men, there's nothing, you know, and they just sort of suffer in silence, and they're part of the community too, and it's this thing where it's like, we want to help them out, you know, and it doesn't mean that we're not trying to say you should be trying to live a healthy life or that sort of thing. It's like, you know, confidence starts underneath, and we're trying to set the tone underneath to help them sort of go out, set the foundation, and then back themselves, and you know what I mean, feel good about themselves. I have customers that are on weight loss journeys, and it's awesome, but then they've got like a little bit extra skin before it tightens up, and it just helps everything sort of flatten out, smooth out, you know.
So it looks good under their clothes. People that have big events coming up, like it's a wedding day or like a big night or whatever, and they got to fit in their suit, and they're like, they just want that little bit extra. It's like, we got them covered for that. Or there's people, you know, office workers that every day they're in a suit, and sometimes they just need that little thing to help them feel a little bit more confident underneath. The women, they call it snatched. I don't know, is there a term yet for men? You might need to create a new
one?
Term for men. Because what makes, I love this. I mean, it's so inspiring because you're really looking at from the outside, like what actually goes on. I think most people might say, Luke, you know, look at you. You're an athlete. You're fit. You know, how are they receiving your perception of how you're helping them? Because I think that's a really big thing. You're looking at the need of others.
Yeah, for sure. We're all human. Like, the thing is, like I say, we're like, you know, here in this society at the moment, we're all judging ourselves off social media and that sort of thing. It doesn't matter how fit you are. Like, I can be super fit. I'm gonna have my moments where like I don't really feel that we're not like 24/7 feeling amazing all the time. You're gonna have your up days, you're gonna have your down days. That's life, you know what I mean? And everyone needs that little bit of help. You know? Every now and then, you just need that little thing to feel, just to give you that little nudge. You know, sometimes you might need to watch a YouTube video to like just get you motivated for the day or whatever. It's like, this is like that YouTube video. Yeah, that's that little thing you can set it on and go, okay, I feel good, stand tall, walk in the room, own it. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like setting that foundation where, like I say, confidence starts underneath.
Yeah.
We're trying to really help men feel good about themselves again.
I love it. And you had mentioned to me when we were talking before, like, especially in New Zealand, suicide rates are very high. Like, you don't even think about that, especially when you're talking about fashion, right?
Yeah,
like, really what's going on in our society and what are men experiencing? And I think this is one of the first times it's starting to come out, and you're obviously solving the problem.
Here in America especially, 3 out of 4 men struggle with body image. And men suffer in silence. You know, they don't speak, they don't say what's going on, but it's there, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not good, you know? Like, suicide rates are crazy high at the moment. Growing up in New Zealand, you know, young males is one of the highest rates in the world. When I was coming up, I knew of 3 people that, you know, sadly took their lives in my teens. And so mental health and how people feel in general, it's, for men, it's just not, I mean, it's getting better, but it's not talked about enough. And body image, crazily, is a big thing. And you know, like I said, keep saying, like, today's society is a big part of that, and we're really trying to change that, and, you know, let men be the man who they are on the inside. Help them be the man on the inside.
So it shines on their outside.
Yeah, like, no matter what's going on the outside, like, you know, we all started as a baby, and we had no shame, we had no fear when we were young. We pick our nose, we do whatever, and then society sort of beat us down into being something, you know, we have to be this way, we have to be that way. And, you know, you see people, like, men struggling, like, they're feeling self-confident, they're pulling their things down and that sort of thing. And growing up in New Zealand, like, we had a lot of playing rugby, we had a lot of big boys around me, and you know, and they're still, you know, they're human, and you'd see them though, like, struggling and just trying to pull their shirts down, and it's like, not feeling good, you know. And it's like, man, I just want you to be the best version of you and happy in yourself. If I can help that, then that's the mission.
I love it.
Yeah.
So what's making Tusk brand different with their mission? Like, what makes it?
I want Tusk to be the #1 men's shapewear brand, period. That's it. That's the mission. That's where we're headed. So the way we are different, we bring, it's like a fashion first with functionality aspect to it. So we're leaning into owning it. You know, it is what it is. You can wear it out or you can wear it under, however you feel. The way we manufacture is different. It's like a seamless design. A lot of other shapewear, they're sort of very rigid and they stiff and they make you hot and sweaty and itchy, and it's actually uncomfortable itself. You put our stuff on, like, you instantly feel good, you feel supported. It kind of hones everything in, and it's that thing of, like we say, we set the foundation, you back yourself, and we're sort of helping you back yourself, and you just feel good, and you can wear it all day. It's breathable. You're not going to get hot, you're not going to get sweaty, and you're going to get to the end of the day, you're going to take it off and be like, whoa, like, it just felt like hotty, you know what I mean? And you felt good. Like, I've had people come and say, like, back issues, and they're feeling good, they're standing taller, you know what I mean? It helps you with your posture, all these things that help you step into being who you are, the best version of yourself. It's kind of just giving you that little nudge along your way.
Yeah, I love it. So where can people now find Tusk?
Yep.
Right? So they know where to find it, where they know where to look for it.
Yep. Yeah, so my website is tuskapparel.com. So that's the first stop there, but we're going to...
T-U-S-Q.
T-U-S-Q. tuskapparel.com.
Okay.
And then we're going to be in all major department stores in America.
Amazing. Any final words that you want to leave for the audience?
Yeah, just that we're, you know, I'm passionate about, I don't want men to suffer in silence anymore. And we're here to build a community of men to back each other and back themselves. And we're just helping them, you know, get their confidence back, you know, get on board and just own themselves, own the room, walk in, stand tall, be proud of who you are, and yeah, be the man that you are on the inside.
I love it. Thank you, Luke. Well, there you go. Imagine having a shapewear for men that they feel great. I mean, being able to not only your son, your husband, just feel amazing in their skin. Like, that's what we get as women. Why should men have the same thing? So make sure that you're looking for tuskapparel.com, follow Luke, and learn more about their journey, and buy a piece of shapewear for your favorite partner. Well, guys, it was so great to see you here. in New York City again. Can't wait to see you on the next episode. Don't forget to be unstoppable and stay wild.